WTF Nation? I am your host, Killer King Ross. Let's get right into the moments. Wagwan fam, it's your OG wanky P King Ross. You're a dirty mark, and it's that time of the bastard week once again, where I take a look at all the WTF moments from WWE SmackDown Live. And we start with the opening titles of the show that claimed that 10 of the elite superstars from SmackDown Live's roster will be taking place in a battle royal to see who will go to the main event of Wrestle Diddly Daddly Mania. However, as we all know, included in these 10 superstars who are supposedly the elite of WWE SmackDown Diddly Live were Apollo Crews, an absolute shithouse, Kalisto, a big fucking shithouse, and Mojo Rawley, possibly the worst man that's ever lived. I mean, me sideways and call me Betty if they're the bastard elite of WWE SmackDown Diddly Live. I'm a really slow runner. Play the footage, Chris, which disproves that hypothesis. Really f***ing rapid, me. Next, we move on to the decision to strip Naomi of her SmackDown Diddly Live Women's Championship. WTF, the reasoning for the stripping, oh, the stripping, oh, feel the glow, oh, was because she would not be able to defend her SmackDown Diddly Live Women's Championship within the 30-day period since winning the belt, because apparently you have to do that whenever WWE has that particular pickle tickled. They don't always enforce that rule, of course. I mean, you have Brock Lesnar coming in, winning the strap, disappearance for several years, and then coming back and then defending it, and then disappearing again for several years. Why is that same rule not applied to him? And then we look closer to home on SmackDown Diddly Live. The Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose. He last defended his Intercontinental Championship on January the 24th in that lumberjack match against The Miz. He hasn't defended it since, and by the time next week's SmackDown Diddly Live is on the air, which is March the 1st, that is well over a month, fam. January 24th to March the 1st. That he should be stripped as well next week. I look forward to that fucking happening. It's John O'Clock, motherfuckers! Yeah! Here is a direct quote from John himself. My girl Mickie James is just a hothead. Here we have the heel commentator besmirching the heel, looking down on Mickie James and calling her a hothead. Slip of the tongue? I think so. As we all know, whenever Mickie James' name is used in a sentence of JBL's, he has a fucking problem doing that at Elimination Chamber. He was heard live on air saying Mickey Lynch, a hybrid of Mickie James and Becky Lynch, which of course is a huge WTF moment because he always nails the name Kipta Kiptova when he's on the internet, blotting all over the shop. Just as I'm taking the piss out of John for getting the name wrong, I've got Katka Kitova's name wrong there. And I never forget any names. Do I? Thingy Slater from WCPW. What the f***'s his name? Thingy... Liam Slater. Next we move on to Dean Ambrose, who was being a little vindictive son of a bitch by having a picture of his main nemesis Baron Corbin on his bedroom wall. It wasn't his bedroom wall, but he's crazy, isn't he, Dean? So he'll sleep anywhere. The only thing is, normally when vindictive son of a bitches do this kind of thing, they have a fucking horrible picture of somebody. But that picture there, that's the most flattering image of Baron Corbin I've seen ever. First of all, it's just of his heat so you don't see his unhappy belly button. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Shirts can't hold me down. I am beautiful in every single way. No shirts can't hold me down. Now don't make Baron wear a shirt again. And then second of all, Dino's picked a picture where Baron's got a head of hair that rivals any head of hair in the history of hair. There's lots of f***ing hair. He doesn't look bald as a baldy bastard coot whatsoever. I mean, to make it comparable for you what creatures, you know, the WhatCulture marks, it would be like me being a vindictive son of a bitch and having a picture of Jack the Jobber on the wall, throwing darts in it and wings and things. But the picture I've chosen is just that part of his head, without the hairline, which is missing anyway. So I suppose we can read into all of this that Dean actually fancies Baron Corbin. Why else would he have such a flattering picture? As we all know, I love John Bradshaw Layfield. I don't like it when other commentators are having a go at him as the bosses walk by and look in. What do you want, you f***ing c***? Aye, I thought so. On last night's episode of WWE SmackDown we had David Otunga moaning at JBL for not wanting champions to win with honour. This is a WTF moment if you just look at the careers. JBL's with zero honour in the ring, from a kayfabe sense of course. He was a cheating motherfucker, versus David Otunga, who himself was a heel back in the day, but apparently fought with honour since he f***ing shit and he f***ing off. Anyway, here's JBL's accomplishments in the WWE ring. One-time WWE champion, one-time Intercontinental champion, one-time US champion, 18-time hardcore champion, one-time European champion, 3-time tag team champion, 1 Slammy award, couple of tournament wins. Move on to David Otunga's crib sheet. 2 tag team championship reigns, 2 Slammy awards. Who's got the right f***ing idea here then? Dave, just shut the f*** up with your shit and f*** off to the law school next to that beautiful big wanky mountain that JBL likes to climb on top of. Some say the snow on the top of those mountains. It isn't snow, it's JBL's blood juice from wanking all over those muscular women on the internet. Yes, you do get Wi-Fi signal up on the top of these mountains. Next, we move on to Alicia Fox, who claimed that Jackie Robinson's famous number 42 jersey was retired league-wide, an honour that was not bestowed on any other sports star in the history of sports stars being sports stars. I'm here to tell you, Wayne Gretzky, he had his number 99 shirt retired across the whole of the hockey thing. Canadians. Oh, sorry about that, eh? Now, unless, of course, I'm tripping balls, which is a possibility because, you know, the tootin' tings.
Oh, dude, I'm sat down. There you go.
F***ing seamless. This was a WTF moment on WWE Raw. Was it last week? Was it 2 weeks ago? It was sometime within the month of February. Yes, they had the same package for Black History Month on Jackie Robinson on Raw, and that mistake was in there again. Why the f*** have they not corrected it? I'll tell you why. It's Kevin Dunn, because he's shit. Now, I had a box of wine last night. That's like nearly 3... Wait, it's 3 bottles of wine. I cannot be arsed to come up with a story about Kevin Dunn. What do I mean, come up with a story? I mean, my sources haven't told me about revelations regarding Kevin Dunn. F*** off. This promo was the drizzling shits then. We had Dolph Ziggler, who was stood in front of a green screen that looked just as shit as the one WCPW used back in the day. Me sideways and called me Betty, wasn't that tin pot, lads and lasses? Yes, it f***ing was. He stood there and said, anybody who can replace me? And then he super kicked the green screen for f***ing some why would he do that? The green screen fell over and he said, replace that. Right then. I mean, f***ing hell, if that's the criteria, I could f***ing replace that green screen. They're relatively cheap, especially the ones like that. What, they're a couple £100. That's like a day's wage for your clickbait ducats lining my f***ing pockets. So basically, Dolph Ziggler, I'm coming for your place on the WWE SmackDown Diddly Live roster. Make me debut next week. Huge scope. And I'll spark JBL the f*** out. Next, we move on to Natalia in the second most obvious WTF moment of the evening. Nikki Bella gives her a beautiful flying kick off a barricade. She hits the deck, she kicks out at 2, she rolls over and says, good job, while the camera is directly in her face. If she opened her eyes, she would have seen a big black lens. So then we all know a couple of weeks ago how Natalia claimed that if Nikki wasn't with John, then John would have been with her. This is a clear indication that they maybe are destined to be together, because as we all know, we hear every single spot John Cena's going to do a couple of seconds before he does it, because he shouts at the top of his lungs what he's going to do, and the ring mics always pick them up. That's what happened to Natalia there. That's what happens to John all the time. They're a match made in heaven. It's John o'clock again, motherfuckers! He's at the Texas two-step double! So we have John being a hip-hop, a hypocrite now as he moaned about Apollo Crews caring about his silly little friend Kalisto, which in turn cost him his place in the Battle Royal. Fair enough. That's probably right. But then John went on to say that's why he's never had a friend. Of course, we all know this isn't true, because for the majority of his WWE career, JBL always had somebody associated with him. We go from Uncle Zebekiah into the f***ing new Blackjacks, whatever the f*** they were called. They were shit anyway, weren't they? Then we move into the bloody ministry, then the APA, and then the cabinet. And that's not to forget his current day lover, Maggle f***ing Cole. Not that that's a problem, of course. It's 2017. JBL. Celebrate your sexuality! Next, we move on to idiotic marks who were idiotically chanting along with The Miz as he did Daniel Bryan's yes, yes, yes thing. As we all know, Miz is doing this to mock Bryan and the fact that The Miz can wrestle and Bryan can't. We're all supposed to be booing him, but the marks in that town, that f***ing house of a town, were all chanting along with him as if he was as big a babyface as Bryan was in his pomp. Right, then the finish to that main event, let's just say it out loud, and so it's in black and f***ing white. Luke Harper won that match. AJ Styles clearly hit the deck first, but the WTF moments unfold from here. First of all, why the f*** were the referees not on that side of the ring? AJ and Luke must have spent, I don't know, 30 seconds on that bit of the apron. They could have walked around at a leisurely pace, stood there and watched everything unfold and made the right call. But no, they stood on the opposite side of the ring for some reason, which meant they couldn't see in the kayfabe, even though it was clear who hit the deck first, because the TV camera was cutting off the floor from where it was, but you could see AJ hit the deck before Luke did. And then there was the lack of replays. Every single WWE televised match these days has replays. It doesn't matter if it's involving the drizzling shits that we couldn't give a shit about. There's always replays of the high spots and the finish. And of course, if Maggle Cole's on commentary, the Superman punch! The Superman punch! The Super... However, because they know they done did f***ed up here, no replays were shown. At least it wasn't like the Royal Rumble in '94, where several thousand replays were shown, none of them actually showing who actually won. But then, this just means one thing. That match last night should have been awarded to Lex Luger. Of course, the Rumble 94 finished in a draw like that, but you know, Lex Express, big push. Don't drink a box of wine before coming to work the next day. It just doesn't help things at all. But the fact they're rehashing this finish means a return of one of your old favourites and mine. It's the New Era siren. But hey, SmackDown diddly live. Aren't you regretting the decision to go live now? As we all know, if something was f***ed up back in the day, they retaped it, did it again.
Yo, hot damn, docker jam like a summer show.
Only f***ing joking, I wouldn't dare allow him on this show. He's the drizzling shit. It's John o'clock again, and it's... Oh. Once again, we have JBL being a hip-hop, a hypocrite. He claimed that Luke Harper hit the floor first. Wind the clock forward a couple of minutes or so. Then he's saying that Luke has a right to feel aggrieved by the call because he is the rightful winner. If he hits the floor first, John, he's not the f***ing winner, is he? John, man, let's gut him out, will you? Think about what you've done there. Bad lad. Bad lad. King Ross sign! Lovely face, 3 times. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Beautiful wang pheasant, times 3. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Monday, March 6th, live from Newcastle and free on YouTube. Drew Galloway will defend his WCPW championship against the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. And the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, will defend his WCPW Internet Championship. WCPW proudly presents Exit Wounds. Monday, March 6th, 7:30, 2:30 Eastern. Tickets still available at wc.pw.